I think it's funny how God puts you in a place where you're calm and you're just relaxed, and then the unexpected happens all at once. So my daughter showed up with her boyfriend, and those two are doctors in Branson, Missouri. They live in a busy, fast-paced world. Okay, um, the vibe they were getting here on the farm, out in the middle of nowhere, was like, man, we love this energy. It's so quiet. It's so calm. This is amazing, you know. And they work opposite shifts. One works late night, and the other one works the days. So they hardly ever see each other, but they happen to have the weekend off. Well, once they were here on Friday night, which is at 9:30, which is very late for me because, you know, fam, I go to bed around 6 or 7. Yeah. So anyway, they're here. And so the next morning, we eat breakfast. Of course, I got to have my apple fritters because I love apple fritters on the weekend. That's my free day from working out really hard. I love to just get in me some apple fritters. And then we go hiking in our campground in the back. And it's a great hike. We're only hiking for maybe 2.16 miles, you know, but we're kind of showing them the land and we're getting feedback because they're avid campers. Well, we do that. We get back home. Well, we get back in the trucks. And so we're driving. I'm showing them the great town, the small town of our area here. And we meet up with, we call the old mayor of Blackburn. Well, she was there. We're talking to her. We're having a great time. We leave her because she finally gets to see my daughter. She hasn't seen my daughter. And we go and we show them a statue, which is in this small town called Skeety. They were thinking the statue was going to be huge, but honestly, it's a small little statue and a guy named Chief Bacon Ryan, which you can Google that. And they were kind of laughing, but it's a historic site. And we showed them all the historic small things that goes around in this town. As we come back home, there's another one of my friends. They're hosting a cow settling competition. If you don't know what cow settling is, it's cow sorting. Sorry, it's cow sorting competitions where men and women on horseback, and they have a timer, and they have like 5 or 6 cows in this pen with numbers on them. And then you go in, and then your horse, you're supposed to put them in by number to escape, and as many as you can before a certain time. People all over the United States come to these type of deals. I didn't know that in this small little town. Well, all the friends I knew were pretty much there, and was kind of shocked to my child that all these people knew me. That even, let alone that I was going to ever knew anything about cow settling or cow sorting. She was like surprised, you know. Then we finally get home, and so I'm cooking this great Mexican meal because I knew that we had some great friends coming over, and of course they were there too. It's funny because my little I call my nephew and nieces. I always tell them to call me Uncle Daddy because I'm crazy. That's what I do. And so they saw me, and my daughter had no idea. And they were like, Uncle Daddy. And they were like, she's like, what? It's just amazing, though. So they finally come over late, around 6 o'clock that night because I had food ready. And we're playing games. We're having a good time. Chris and Jordan, they are just into it. I mean, the competition is on. And we're just laughing and laughing. Before you know it, it's 9:30. Another late night. And then Billy comes over, the mayor from the beginning, and she brings over pecan pie. Let me tell you something. Last night, I realized that God put me in the right place. Like, I started telling my wife, man, we got a lot of friends here. I said, we haven't had this many friends in Dallas when we lived in Dallas. You know what I mean? It's like, where did all these people come from? The friends we had here, I still have friends in town, in Cleveland, that I haven't even mentioned to you guys. They're amazing people. I mean, you've heard me talk about Whitey. You heard me talk about Jamie. You've heard me talk about Roy and Jake and John. I can keep going. It's like, wow, I've been blessed with some great people. I have so many friends here in this small area. It's just crazy. And you know what's funny is, like, you sit back and you think, how did this happen? How did this happen? You know? And it's just one of those deals that you have to sit back and thank God for what you have and how blessed you really are. Like, just think about it. I mean, we were just blown away that Billy came over and bought, she made, as soon as we left, we wasn't even thinking about this. She was like, I got to make them a pie. Who does that? When she walked in, we just looked and thought, huh? You brought us a pie? And it was fresh. That pecan pie was gone, y'all. They ate that pecan pie. It was so good. It was good. But anyway, just the love to have from people that you have been connected with. I've never experienced that in a big city, ever. You know, yeah, you go out, you know, you talk, you know, you have a good time, fast paced, you know, in Dallas, let's go to this restaurant here and there, but you really don't ever get to truly connect with these people. And my boy Drew came over. When Drew showed up, because Drew was coming over to get some deer stands out of the trees out there, because, you know, he hunts. And he was sitting in there watching me cook, and we're laughing, we're having a good time. My wife bought donuts that morning, and I'm like, try that, Drew. Just like, no, because he loves sweets. And Drew was like, I'm going to try this. And he was like, sure, let me try this. And he just kept going. And we're just still having a good time as I'm cooking. It's just amazing how wonderful life really is. We wasn't out doing anything. We're just collecting. You remember how you used to be a teenager and you would have friends around you all the time? Now, I know when I was younger, we used to play like video games, or we would just hang around and listen to good old music on cassette tapes. Yeah, those were the good old days. Like, what happened to those times, those days? No one here was ever on their phone the entire weekend, which is crazy. It's unheard of. We have Jake and his family, which my nieces and my nephew and nieces, they don't own a phone, you know. And we even had a kid named Brazos down the street just come over, and he was going to drop something off because his mom was sick, and she's supposed to play at the church the next day, and she couldn't do it. But Jake's wife, Bailey, was here, and she plays the piano and all that, and she had to get the music for the weekend. And Brazos comes. He just got his license, a farmer's license. He's 15 years old, and he's able to drive himself to basketball and all that. And it's just crazy. Like, my little nephew is only 10. The kid can drive. And he's sitting there holding adult conversations, not kid conversations, like things in the world or stuff you fix, cattle, farm life. He knows it all. Animals. And you're like, who are these people? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But it's just weird how God puts you in different positions that you're not ready for sometimes, but you're always are blessed and you're grateful, and you just go with the flow. Like, last night was the first time we ever hosted dinner for, guests. We always host dinner for our family, always have Thanksgiving here and Christmas here, but I've never ever had real friends over, and it was like a great feeling. It was such a great thing. It was a great time. And I don't know. You just got to be blessed. You just got to count your blessings and be grateful for what you have, because you know what? Sometimes there's a lot of people that go through life and never get to experience anything like this. And I consider this being very wealthy, having family and friends around me like this. No amount of money, you couldn't put a dollar sign on the feeling that I had last night. You couldn't. I mean, everybody was connected. And you know what's so crazy about this is when we saw my Jake and my niece and nephews. I can keep saying niece and nephews. It's only 2 nieces and 1 nephew. When I saw them, they're hugging me and they're hugging my daughter because they said, since he's Uncle Daddy, I'm assuming we are already family, so give me a hug. That's how it is. Oh, what a great day. I just feel blessed, and I thought I'd get on here and say, hey, if you got people around you, hold them tight. Hold them tight. Don't let go of these good people because the world is short. The life is short, and you're going to need help one day. You can always know you're going to be able to depend on them. Have a great day, guys. And like and subscribe if you love this little story. Thank you for being here.